This video is sponsored by Pickpock, and I got a fun racer to share with you today, and this is Agent Intercept. I've been following this game, and I was really excited that it was coming to consoles. You know, it's on some other platforms, it's on PC, and this game has kind of evolved over time, and I'm excited of sharing this game with you. It is coming out on March 30th. For the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and the Nintendo Switch. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some footage from the Xbox Series X version. I'm going to show 1080p, but it can go up to 4K and has lots of different features. So, sit back, relax, here we go. This game has a simple story, and you are essentially trying to take out a criminal organization, Claw, which is back with a mysterious new leader, fielding an army of deadly vehicles and experimental technology. And so you are armed with a really cool vehicle called the Scepter, and it can transform into different vehicles and modes, and has tons of weapons that you can acquire. Really kind of a simple arcade top-down racer, and this definitely has kind of a nod to the original Spy Hunter, and that's why I like it. I really like the graphics. They're kind of a cartoon look, but it's got a nice look to it. This is a simple racer. This is not some sim game. You know, for me, I'm so busy these days, it's nice to just enjoy kind of an arcade style racing game and not have to worry about having to put in 100 hours. You know, this is about 3 hours total. There's tons of side quests and extra missions that you can do, and the replayability is pretty high. You can and you will probably play levels over and over again if you want to unlock everything, for people that want to pursue and get everything 100% and all those achievements. And you know, there's a score attack as well, which is really cool. You can unlock that by completing different objectives on each stage. But I did enjoy this. You know, for me, it was just nice to just have an arcade racer and not have to overthink something and just play it. You know, I really have enjoyed these types of games. I really have kind of gone back to my roots of playing arcade style games and really enjoying them. I think for sure this is going to be a welcome addition, especially on the Switch. I can see people playing this on the go, or this is a family-friendly game as well, so I can see a lot of kids playing this, and I really enjoyed what I've played so far. This again is a first look, just the first level right here. Wanted to show you it, and it's just cool. It's got a basic overview and the simple controls as well, so this can be enjoyed by many different types of players. You do get a score each stage, and you have an objective you have to complete, and you get these intel marks, and if you unlock all 5, then you can get a data card, and that shares some information. The goal is to get all 5 on each part of the chapter. There's multiple parts of chapters, 3 chapters in the game, and there's boss fights. You can tweak the graphics. This is the Xbox Series X version, quality versus performance, and so I like that as well. There's some aids in the game too if you're finding yourself needing some assist with certain things. I found the drifting in this game to be a little bit challenging. The drifting of all the mechanics in the game is something that's going to take a little bit to acquire. For me, I had a little bit of trouble with it, playing some levels over and over again to get that objective complete. There's hidden things in this game. Here's the hood cam, and the other one I'll show you is the rainbow boost. Pretty awesome. The control's very simple. Some people may not like the simple control. For me, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. And so, yeah, here's another stage. And so you can get different weapons, and there's different objectives on each stage. The terrain changes quite a bit. The one thing I really like about this is the transformation from, you know, car to boat. You can eventually later get air vehicles, and I really like that. It kind of adds some diversity, which is needed in this game. And so far, what I've played, I've really enjoyed this simple game, and this is something that I think there's going to be a lot of fans. The other cool thing I like about it is this is being available on everything. And so whether you have a Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, doesn't matter. This is going to be available on nearly every modern platform that is out, and so that's nice when a game does that. I always was frustrated sometimes when there was a console exclusive and it was for a console I didn't have. So yeah, so this is it. What I also like about this is it's got solid frame rate. You know, it was very smooth experience. I didn't notice really any bugs or glitches from what I played. That sometimes can be frustrating too, is when a game comes and it's broken or something. I didn't notice anything from the few hours that I did play this. And yeah, was definitely challenging, especially for that drifting. Several tracks I played, I just barely didn't get the drifting. I think it's just something I have to play more and more of to get. But yeah, I got a data card here, and so those unlock things and give you information about characters in the game. So it has enough unlockables and replayability where this is not just kind of you play one track and done. And so there's some different modes in it as well. You know, there's going to be fans of this. Now, I grew up with the original Spy Hunter, and I was a big fan of Spy Hunter. I played it on in the arcades at Shakey's Pizza. I think it was the first time I experienced Spy Hunter, way back. And so going back to this game, yes, there's some really cool things where you can go back and play a track over and over again to get all the objectives. And so I do like that. There's also side missions, as I mentioned before. And I think there's going to be enough here to validate that $20 purchase, as I think that's an affordable price, especially these days. You know, this is, you know, there's two types of games typically being released now. You have kind of these smaller bite-sized games, and then you have the AAA titles. You know, for me, I'm gravitating more to these small bite-sized games, as I think they're more manageable. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with so much in a AAA game. You know, the 100 hours of gameplay, and there's a place for those, and some of them are amazing. There's some amazing AAA games out on the market. I for one, though, am kind of intimidated by some of them, as they're so long to beat. This one is just more manageable. You know, if you had a weekend, you could play this and probably beat it, or if you wanted to enjoy something on a trip, this is a perfect match, and that's why I enjoy it. It's not going to be for everybody. It's not perfect. But for me, I have enjoyed what I've played so far, and I really like what they've done. One thing that I really enjoy about this is kind of the different weapons. I think it adds some variety to it. You get missiles, you get guns, and you get different things. There's different ways of taking out enemies. And the other cool thing, too, is you don't have to get all the objectives on one run through. So sometimes a nice strategy for this game is to go through a level and just focus on one or two objectives. You know, for me, that helped me kind of get those objectives more easily, and then went back on and tried to clear some of the other objectives that I didn't get. So this is kind of a fun level where you're trying to take out this car. You have to ram it, you have to shoot enemies and stuff. Just a fun racer. It doesn't take itself too seriously. You know, for me, when I play a video game, it's kind of an escape, where, you know, you can kind of leave realistic life and you can just enjoy a fun gaming experience. And I think there's going to be fans for this game. You know, it has positive reviews on Steam, and I can see why. You know, I think that this is a perfect game for people that don't have a lot of time, that want to play kind of a throwback to a more classic style game. Some might like the dialogue and story. It wasn't anything for me. It wasn't either here nor there. It didn't take away from the game. It's not why I play the game. For me, it's like, I love that you can skip to the cinemas as well. I love that you can just skip forward. Though some of the cinemas are nice to see for the first time, but you know, if you play a level over and over again, you're not going to want to see it 100 times. And here is one of the first boss fights. I did enjoy this level, and it was pretty fun. And so it's going to be challenging to get all the objectives, but what I've played so far, I've enjoyed this, and I do recommend it to others. I think that this is going to be a game that would be good in short bursts. Also a good game option if you're playing like a AAA title and just need a break. But yes, so what did you think of this game? Definitely in the comments below. Share your thoughts. Have you heard of this game? I, for one, am going to be playing this more, trying to unlock things and trying to get 100% completion, as I do think it's a fun racer. So there you have it. It is available March 30th, and it's going to be on multiple platforms, as I mentioned before. 20 bucks, and the links will be below if you want to check out the game on individual stores. So what did you think? Have you played this one? It's a fun little racing game, kind of arcade style, and I enjoyed what I've played so far. This was just a first look. I want to thank everybody for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading videos and different content every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.